what's the biggest difference that you've seen going from coaching at Michigan to coaching at Cornell? Both very high level programs, high academic standards. But what's the biggest difference that you see?
The biggest difference, wrestling caliber wise, I feel like, we've been kind of going back and forth these last few years, both pretty much in the top 10, top five each year. The biggest difference, I think Cornell is just a little bit smaller of a school. Wrestling's pretty high up on their list of sports. We kind of have hockey, lacrosse, and wrestling are the three big, popular sports in the area, which is cool. And the biggest thing I think for here is a lot of it's in-house. We do a lot. We don't have as big of an athletic department, so a lot of the things we have to do, we're kind of handling on our own. We have a lot of our own recovery tools here. We bring in a lot of our own people to come in. My wife's a physical therapist. She comes in and works with our guys. So keeping everything. We always joke that it's family, not factory. Um, which is it's kind of true when you come here. We got my daughter will be here in a little bit. She'll be running around during practice. Mike's kids are here. We like to keep it really, really close knit, kind of family like atmosphere, which I think's helped us succeed. We're kind of the small school that achieves big things, I think. Coming from the smaller Ivy League, but being up there with the guys in the Big Ten and Big 12 and kind of carrying that chip on our shoulder. I think the Cornell guys have a little bit, a big chip on our shoulder coming from the Ivy League and being able to, have that history of success too.
Yeah, and it started with Cole there, and Mike has done an incredible job of continuing. Now you have the associate head coach moniker on your wall now. It's tough, man. Being a head coach at a Division I wrestling program is extremely hard. Is this the same thing that you signed up for when you started coaching?
Yeah, I think so. I think I knew eventually I'd want to be at a place like this in a position like this. It was one of the big reasons why I made the move from Michigan to here. From New Jersey originally, but I thought by coming to Cornell, I talked to Mike, there'd be, more room for growth in that. I knew Donnie Vincent was coming in as associate head coach. He had told me, his goal was to be a head coach in, 4 to 5 years. So there would be position to move up there. I think it is, especially with everything going on now, being a head coach is a lot more than just coaching wrestling. That's about, at the end of the day, a lot of these head coaches are spending most of the time fundraising, recruiting, talking to administrators, and then their free time, their kind of de-stress time is when they get to go in the wrestling room and actually coach wrestling, which is great. So yeah,
Yeah, that's the fun part.